Welcome to the True Grime Stories podcast, where in every episode, we'll unravel a new mystery of cleaning business transformation from a grimy mess to a great success. Join me, your host, Jeannie Henderson, as together we dig up cleaning business secrets that you've been dying to know. Well, hello, my cleaning business friends. I am very excited about our episode today and our special guest who has an amazing and inspiring true grime story to share with us. So let me tell you about our guest. It's Suzi Virgilio. She is the owner, the founder of HTD Cleaning Services in DeLand, Florida. And some great things to know about Suzi is that she started out doing something completely different many years ago. She was in corporate management, and then she went on to become a corrections officer. When she retired from that role, she wanted to earn a little extra money, and so she decided to start a business. She never really intended to own a cleaning business. As a matter of fact, she says the business found her, but she started out small with 3 clients and no idea how to operate a business like many of us did. She started as a solo cleaner, but now today has grown her business to 11 cleaners and is still growing. So welcome, Suzi. Thank you for joining us on True Grime Stories.
Thank you, Coach Jeannie.
I'm so glad that you could be here today. So let's dive in. I want to hear about what we call your grime scene. So when you got started, what were some of the biggest problems that you were dealing with, and how are you feeling about your business?
This is a loaded question. So I had no intention of starting a business. None. I was looking for pocket change to supplement my retirement. I didn't need a lot of money. I was also 58 years old, so I was not young. But I love cleaning. I mean, you gotta love cleaning. But anyway, so I started cleaning 3 houses by myself and charging really dirt cheap prices.
Come on, tell us what you were charging.
$20 an hour.
Okay.
But I didn't know. I never did any research. I never did anything. So I was like, okay, I'm good with 20 an hour. That's cool. And so the word of mouth was the first marketing. You know, it wasn't fast. I didn't need fast. I was just like, yeah, I'll take another house. Yeah, I'll take another house. And continued to charge $20 an hour. And what I found out I was doing for each of these houses at very low pay, I was practically doing a deep cleaning on every house.
And I see that a lot in the cleaning industry, that everybody starts out thinking that they have to do a deep clean every time. And what kind of problems were you experiencing at that point?
Well, the more houses I was taking on, the more stressed I was. Because not only now I'm cleaning every day, sometimes 2 houses a day, sometimes 3 houses a day. And then I'm going home, I'm returning clients' phone calls, I'm doing my invoicing or however I was getting paid back then. I was trying to figure out marketing. I was watching, I was researching on Google, basically, how the heck do I do this? I was watching YouTube videos. And I'm telling you, Jeannie, I started work at 8 o'clock, started cleaning. I was not done with my day, honest to God, for 3.5 years till 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Well, I think a lot of our friends out there can relate to your story, Suzi. I hear this over and over again. Entrepreneurs are a different breed of people, right? We will work for nothing. Oh. Very few people will do that, but we will. So what were some of the solutions? Where did you find them? And, how did you get connected with some help?
Okay. So during that time, I couldn't hire and keep an employee to save my life. I hired my sister because she had gotten laid off from the college. She asked if I needed help, and I was like, yeah, I really do. And so I kept doing research. I kept asking questions and these cleaning groups, and I got a lot of bad advice from cleaning groups that were not, they're more about, hey, what product do you use?
Right. How much do you charge? What kind of vacuum are you using?
I got to do this cleaning today. What do I have to do?
Right.
And I got a lot of bad advice. But I didn't know. So when I say I researched, I went high, I went low. I was on Google. I was like, okay, let me look into this coaching program. Oh no, that coaching program is too expensive. And I was just for 3.5 years trying to figure it out. So eventually what happened was I had seen Cleaning Business Fundamentals ads on Facebook, and I wanted nothing to do with it. I was like, no, I don't need that, because as business owners, we think we know everything, especially when we're just starting out. We have all the answers. We can solve all our own problems.
Guilty. I've been that way.
Yeah. And so anyway, what happened was, I just kept pushing it off, just, ignore the ad, ignore Debbie, ignore this. And I'm so sorry I did. But what happened was, one of the girls that was in our multiple cleaning groups, some of us like Jen Rogers, Beth Eldridge, Nicole, we've been following each other for a long time. I knew where Beth was financially, and I thought, wow, I want to be just like her, because she had a bigger business than me. And so I would ask her questions, because I wanted to know, how do you get to that price point? And so, she was kind of like all over the place too. So then I found that she joined CBF.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm like,
I didn't know this part of your story.
Oh, okay. So
that's great.
I'm like, okay. And I trusted her 100%. I thought she was a very good business owner. And
she is.
So I was like, okay, there must be something to this if she joined, because she was much further along than I was, much, much further. And if she's joining at that stage, what does she know that I don't know?
That's great. So then, is that when you joined CBF?
I asked her about it, and I can't remember. I know she responded back, and she was basically, I think in a nutshell, it was like, this is saving my business type thing. And I'm thinking, you didn't have any problems. But then I come to find out she did have all these problems.
Right. Well, we all look at other business owners and think they're overnight successes, right? But there really is no such thing as an overnight success.
No.
Right? Yeah.
No.
Everyone who you see at the top of the industry struggled in the beginning. We all had to find solutions. So once you joined CBF, what's like one or two of the things that really helped you turn your business around?
Okay. So after Beth told me about her chaos and I set up a call, at that time, I was honored to be able to have a call with Debbie. That's
the Debbie Sardone, our amazing founder of Cleaning Business Fundamentals.
And so she was asking me questions, and she's like, this is perfect for you. You're just like me, went 35 years ago or whenever she started her business. So I joined. And, everything is, the other coaching programs, Jeannie, I was looking into were charging $4,000 a month.
Oh my. One
in particular. And it wasn't really about the cleaning business systems. It was more about the marketing and the branding. And I was like, and when I told them, no, I'm not interested at this point, they weren't even nice. They just hung up on me.
Well, there are a lot of options out there, and it's hard to know which one to choose from.
Right. But after talking with Debbie, after talking with the Cleaning Business Fundamentals people, I knew without a doubt that this was the right decision. And everybody called me crazy. My family's like, are you nuts? You're going to invest what in a cleaning business? So I was like, I just all the negative, I just blocked out. I'm doing this. When I make up my mind, I'm doing it. So
most people do think entrepreneurs are crazy, right? and we do crazy stuff.
Well, we are, thank God.
Right. But everyone who's successful has a coach.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
look at the biggest athletes. I bet you Taylor Swift has a coach, right?
Oh, yeah.
Vocal coaches and athletic coaches and business coaches.
Yeah.
I have many coaches today, as a matter of fact, still.
Right. Yeah. And you need that person or people to direct you, because doing it my way, I was in that corner, that corner, that corner, that corner, off that wall, off that wall, off that wall, every single day. I needed focus. So I joined CBF immediately when I got the modules. I found my home. That was it. I was like, oh my God, a lot of this is common sense, but we don't even think about it. And
it seems like it should be common sense, but if it was, we'd all have it, right?
Exactly.
It's genius.
Yeah, it's genius. Exactly. It is so genius. And so I just could not get enough of the modules. And so the first thing I did was I really wanted to pay my employees better. I had 2 employees at the time. I was only paying them $15 an hour. And I thought, that's pretty good, decent. And I'm like, yeah, right. Anyway, but I wanted to get them better pay. And I knew CBF was a way to teach me how to do that. So I immediately implemented the speed cleaning training method, went over it with the 2 employees I had, and I implemented the empowered pay. That's all I started with. I didn't let everything overwhelm me because it's a lot of information. But that was so important to me. And my tech who had been with me at $15 an hour, we were all kind of nervous about what's the pay going to be? What's the pay going to be? And then I did the empowered pay, and her first paycheck. Now, mind you, she never made over $450 with my pay. And that was working full time. Or no, 600. I'm sorry, that's working. Okay. That's 40 hours.
Right.
So her first paycheck with CBF, the CBF system, was over $900.
Holy cow.
And she was blown away. And I was blown. I'm like double checking those numbers. And I'm like,
oh my goodness. That is an amazing story. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to pause right here for a moment because I really want to give people more information about Cleaning Business Fundamentals, our sponsor. So let's stop our investigation here and learn a little bit more about Cleaning Business Fundamentals.
Okay.
Is your cleaning business a grime story? There's no need to stay stuck in the muck because you're not alone. With over 500 active members and more than 500 graduates of our Cleaning Business Fundamentals program, CBF is the #1 cleaning business academy in the world and has created more mop-free millionaires than any program in the industry. Learn more and let CBF take your residential cleaning business from a grime story to a gleaming success. All right, Suzi, well, let's jump right back in. We left off sharing your amazing story about helping your team members earn so much more. So they went from earning the highest earning potential of $600 a week to earning $900 a week. I love to think about, like, how much is that in a year? I mean, I just can't help it but wonder. So if that was if they would earn that every week, their earning potential is over $15,000 more a year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was mind blowing. And some weeks, they would do 1,000. Some weeks they would do 1,100. The highest paycheck I've written to date is $1,346 for one person for 1 week. And that was about a month ago.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great. It makes them ecstatic, but I'm like, it's such a good feeling to be able to pay your employees what they're worth, because this is really hard work. I did it. I know. This is nothing to sneeze at. It's hard work and they should be compensated. I'm very proud that I can compensate them.
Let's dig a little deeper into this. Now, when we talk about our team members, right, they're the core of our business. Without them, we can't grow.
Right.
So just this one change that you made, how is this, creating the strong team with a great training program and then being able to pay them well, how has that helped you grow from where you were then at 2 employees to where you are today? What are some of those results that you're seeing?
It's a whole different world, Jeannie, from what I was doing. Keep in mind, I never owned a business. All I did was I just wanted to clean. It was my therapy. I had no idea. I mean, it has been a game changer, and I listen to people and I listen to them. Oh, you need to join this and you need to join that. And, everybody's skeptical. I was skeptical, but you know what? This has been life-changing. It has been life-changing for my business. I never had an office. I had a little desk in my bedroom. That was my office 6.5 years ago. And that was my office for 3.5 years. Within the first year, even before the first year was up with CBF, I was in my own office space. And we outgrew that office space in 8 months, and I had to get a bigger office space. So it has been a life-changing experience. My employees are professionally trained. We have professional training programs for our trainers. We have professional training programs for our leads. I mean, everything is there for me. And it's just been a game. It's life-changing.
Well, and the other thing that I love about you, Suzi, is that you have taken your story to the road.
Oh,
and that's one of the reasons that I wanted to have you on our True Grime Stories podcast, because you've been a prophet to the industry, really helping people understand that there is help out there for
because I can't believe something like this was out there and I never took advantage of it. I'm like, are you crazy, girl? You should have started this from day one, and I don't get paid when I post. I don't get paid. There's no residual for me. I don't want to get paid, period. And people ask me, well, what do you get out of this? I don't get a dime. What I do get is I get to watch people grow. And to me, that is so exciting. Like when they start off with CBF and it's like, immediately within 24 hours of receiving those modules, they are already blown away. And I know the feeling. And so I get to watch them and know that I helped get them here.
Well, you have changed many people's lives, and I watched it happen over and over again. Suzi, you're such an inspiration. And I know this is just one, sharing this story today is just one of many, many things that you have done to grow your business. So all that being said, what would you say to people out there who are looking, they've got a cleaning business, they're thinking about starting a cleaning business, or maybe they're struggling like you and I were when we first got started and didn't know where to look. What kind of advice would you give to people out there?
In one simple statement, join CBF, because you can go through years of trying to figure it out. You can go through years of getting poor advice, and you will be stuck. I mean, there is just no, get into CBF, period. There's no other way. I've checked out the other coaching programs. Yeah, they give you some documents. You don't get the support. You don't get the backup. You don't get the blueprint. You don't get the systems that you get with CBF. I cannot say that loud enough. And so when I post on social media, it's like inside, I could feel my insides getting like jumpy because I'm so excited, because it is such a life-changing experience. And the investment is so low compared to the return. It's like you invest this initial amount, which isn't a lot, and people think of expense. No, this is an investment because you are getting returns on this investment. When you follow these systems, and the returns don't take years, the returns are almost immediate. There are people out there who join 3 months later, like me, have already doubled their business. Okay, so let me say this. When I started CBF, it was in April, 3.5 years ago. I was at 48K for the year. Okay. And that was in April. My run rate was, I think, 160. When I finished out
the year,
when I finished out the first year, I finished at over 180. So just in those few months, that's doubling my business at least. And so then the second year, I grew to, I think it was 300 and something thousand. And
wow.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So you just about doubled in your second year almost.
Oh my God. And then the third year we finished at over $450,000.
Oh, great.
To me, that's mind blowing. I'm like, I thought if I made 100,000 a year for my total sales for my business, that was my goal, Jeannie, 100,000 a year. Small.
Well, that's a great segue into my next question.
Okay.
So what's the future look like for HTD Cleaning Services and for you, Suzi? Kind of what's your vision? What do you want from your personal life? Because CBF, that's one of the things that I found is it changed the way I live my personal life too, creating freedom and financial freedom, time freedom, but also purpose freedom. I can help other people in ways that I never could before. But then also, your business growth. What are you thinking of for your future?
So being able to pay my employees a livable wage so they can live out their dreams is honorable. I love it. And my goal is to get to the $1 million and above. And every year we're growing. And so it does allow me time freedom. I have had a lot of time freedom. It allows me, I take care of my entire house bills. I have no help. I help support my sister because she's older and can't really work anymore. And I also pay for the office. I pay for my payroll. It's like, I never dreamed of having this. I never dreamed. Like I said, $100,000 was my goal before CVF. I was like, if I make that, I'm doing good. And, I like to take off. I like to go to North Carolina to see my son, Atlanta, see my granddaughter, go see my other grandkids. That's my time freedom. And that's what I love to do. And you know what? Even if I had to, which I wouldn't have to, but even if I had to, I just take the business with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I have an office assistant. I had an office manager. We're looking to replace that position. They're running the office. I don't even have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I know you know what I'm saying.
I do. But you can really lead your business from anywhere once you get to this point.
And as long as you're paying your employees what they're worth, they're going to keep coming back.
Right.
And just, creating a positive environment for everybody. I have been told I'm the best boss ever, which is debatable. But, to hear that from employees, I'm like, oh, this is sweet.
Well, and that's just a big change probably from back in the day, and building the business of your dreams. That's what you can do, but it takes help. And so, your story is such an inspiration. And I hope those of you who are listening today really hear what Suzi has to say, is that you do not have to go it alone.
No.
And
never go it alone.
There's a community out here that wants to welcome cleaning business owners, and we can all grow together in a very non-competitive environment. We're all friends and we all share and work together to grow. So,
and that's the thing, Jeannie, in CBF, you make lifelong friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there is a whole community. I could think of 30 people off the top of my head. If I'm having an issue, I can call them. The training is phenomenal, and we are in training throughout. Debbie never stops.
That's right.
Never stops. We have the conventions, the CBF conventions. We have the retreat. We have the live. It's just non-stop. You are never, ever, ever alone, ever.
Right. Yeah, there's so much great information. Mm-hmm. Well, Suzi, I want to thank you for sharing your secrets to success on True Grime Stories this episode. Always a delight to get to share some time with you, and you continue to inspire me, and I can't wait to celebrate with you on your Green Jacket Day when you hit 1 million. That will be an exciting time.
We'll get there.
You are. I believe it. So I want to speak to our friends. If you're listening today and you want to know more about cleaning business fundamentals, be sure and check out our show notes and click the link to learn more. And I can tell you that CBF will help you solve your own grime story. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. That's a wrap on today's True Grime Stories. Thanks for joining us in uncovering the secrets of cleaning business success. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and download, and check out our show notes for links and info from today's episode, and to learn more about our sponsor, Cleaning Business Fundamentals. Join us next time as we solve another True Grime story.